Welcome to the mind-bending tale of Holmes, a name that chills to the bone. Picture this: the year is 1893. Chicago is buzzing with excitement. The world's Columbian Exposition is in full swing. Millions flock to marvel at innovations. But hidden amid the fair's grandeur lurks a monster. Meet Dr. Henry Howard Holmes, one of America's first known serial killers. But here's the kicker: despite the chilling rumors swirling around him, no bodies were ever discovered. No eyewitnesses ever stepped forth. All that remained were unsettling whispers and the shadows of a hotel designed for death. This hotel, it wasn't just any hotel. It was a labyrinthine fortress, complete with secret passages, hidden rooms, and devices crafted for unimaginable horrors. Holmes would lure unsuspecting victims with promises of comfort in his grand establishment. But once inside, their fate was sealed. Imagine that first fateful night. A young woman, her eyes bright with dreams, stepping through that door, only to vanish into thin air. And here's where it gets convoluted. Much like a twisted magic trick, the more you looked, the less you saw. Holmes was a master of deception. He had associates, a rotating cast of characters who seemed to vanish just like his victims. They came and went, feeding into the chaos. But what's truly shocking? Investigators found no physical evidence connecting him to any murder. At least, none that could hold up in court. Eyewitness reports were filled with inconsistencies. One claimed they saw Holmes with a victim. Another swore they saw him hundreds of miles away. Even his alibi was a riddle. It was like a jigsaw puzzle with pieces missing. As detectives dug deeper, the disturbingly bizarre layers peeled back. And then a twist that left everyone gasping. While Holmes sat in his cell, awaiting trial, the public consciousness became consumed with stories of his supposed mansion of horrors. They imagined torture chambers, flammable pits, visions gathered from sheer terror and speculation. But what if I told you Holmes's notorious hotel, a shining folly, hiding a wicked heart, wasn't a grand structure at all? According to reports, it was also poorly constructed, half-finished, and filled with more shadows than substance. Could he have conjured nightmares that existed only in the mind of the terrified? Was it all an elaborate ploy, spinning tales to create a legend? A masterful showman, Holmes thrived on fear itself. What about those missing persons? Young women who joined the throngs of the fair, their lives reduced to mere echoes. Were they folded into his tangled web, or simply swept away by the chaos of an era consumed by opportunity? No traces, and yet one day, a woman named Marriott Elia, a victim of circumstance, vanished without a trace. But here's the twist: before she disappeared, she had sent a letter to a friend, a desperate note detailing her fears of Holmes. Did she know too much? What if her disappearance was the one piece of evidence that truly connected Holmes to the unspeakable? As whispers of unfinished business drifted in the air, investigators made one last-ditch effort. They uncovered blueprints of the hotel's hidden sections. Trapdoors, chutes, places only meant for one thing: silence. But still, with each finding came more confusion. Why hadn't anyone questioned the building itself? Why had nobody heard screams? How in the world could a man operate so freely, and could he still be out there, lurking in the shadows? The suspense builds, and as the smoke clears, the nightmares of 1893 become more twisted than anyone could fathom. As we delve deeper into the world of Holmes, one thing becomes crystal clear. His story is not just one of horror. It's one of obsession, madness, and an insatiable hunger for control. So what's the truth behind the specter of Holmes? Was he a cunning predator, or was he merely a scapegoat in a world teetering on the brink of the unknown? But here's where we leave you in the dark. In the next episode, we'll uncover the chilling realities behind the disappearance of Marriott Elia, and unearth secrets that may change everything we thought we knew about Holmes. Stay tuned. because the clock is still ticking, and another mystery is waiting to be revealed. Welcome back to the chilling saga of Holmes. Last time, we left you on a knife's edge. Was Mary Adelia's desperate letter the key to uncovering a twisted truth buried deep within the shadows of his infamous hotel? As investigators sifted through the remnants of the past, Mary's final words echoed like a haunting melody. "Find me before it's too late." With each passing hour, hope began to fade. But remember, the key to every dark mystery often lies in the smallest details. Days turned into weeks as they scoured the hotel. An old, dust-covered trunk in the basement caught their eye. An unmarked container hidden away from the world. The detectives held their breath. What secrets might it hold? With a swift flick of a blade, the trunk sprang open, revealing layers of clothes. But beneath them lay something far darker. A diary yellowed with age, belonging to none other than Mary Adelia herself. Could she have chronicled her fate before disappearing? But here's where the plot thickened. In her writings, Mary detailed her fear of Holmes. Yes, but also an unexpected confession: she was not just a victim. She'd been working with him. Reports suggested Holmes lured young women, promising them a brighter future. But Mary was different. She was a puppet master tangled in his web. But wait, was she a willing accomplice? Or did he have something over her? The pages revealed her involvement in drawing other women into his traps, swaying their trust with tales spun of glamour and allure. Could he have manipulated her? Or was she a conspirator in her own right? As the detectives pieced together her last entries, one line stopped them cold. "If I don't return, no, I'm not just lost, I am hidden among the shadows." What did she mean? Had she foreseen her own demise? Or was there an escape plan gone horribly wrong? The deeper they dug, the more twisted the story unraveled. A new name surfaced: Lydia, another woman reportedly last seen near the hotel just weeks before Mary's disappearance. Investigators were stunned. Could there have been a network of conspirators operating under Holmes's watchful eye? But shockingly, evidence soon emerged suggesting that Lydia might be alive. A witness came forward, claiming to have seen her in the company of a man fitting Holmes's description. But it wasn't just Holmes. Another figure loomed large: a man named Benjamin Pritzker, a shady associate with a reputation that rivaled Holmes's own. Imagine the tension. Could it be a double act of terror? Did Holmes have an accomplice? Or was Benjamin just another pawn in Holmes's sick game? The more they opened Pandora's box, the more shadows danced around the truth. Mary's diary hinted at a secret meeting between Mary, Holmes, and Pritzker, all under the veil of the Columbian Exposition. What if their plan was bigger than just capturing women? Could they have been plotting to disappear altogether, stirring chaos while cashing in on the fair's success? Frantic, the investigators raced against time. They tracked Benjamin down, rumored to be hiding in a barn outside of Chicago. But as they approached, something felt off. The barn door creaked eerily, and a sense of dread washed over them. Was this a trap set to ensnare them, just as many victims before? Inside, the scene was hauntingly quiet. The detectives called for Benjamin, but all they found were dusty shadows and scattered straw. Yet, just as relief washed over them, their hearts dropped to their stomachs. A chilling revelation hit hard. A recent photograph lay on the ground, depicting a group of women, including Mary and Lydia, all smiling, yet with the tension visible in their eyes, right next to Holmes himself. What if Mary and Lydia weren't victims at all? What if they were participants in a larger design and operation to lure in even more victims? With every detail twisting the narrative, it became clear Holmes was a puppet master. But he wasn't the only one pulling strings. And suddenly, a familiar chill raced down their spines as a voice echoed from the shadows. "You shouldn't have come here." It was Benjamin, holding a revolver, eyes wild with desperation. The tables had turned. This was no longer just about uncovering a killer. It was about survival. The detectives were caught in a web far more complex than they had ever imagined, a tangled mix of alliances, deceit, and blood. But before Benjamin could make a move, a second figure stepped into the dim light, a woman. It was Lydia. Her face, once concealed beneath shadows, glistened with fierce determination. "Put it down, Benjamin, or it'll be the end for all of us." Hold on. What was happening? Had Mary and Lydia been working together all along? Were they the masterminds, or were they trapped in the same dark game, trying to escape? Stay tuned. The deeper we go, the more twisted this tale becomes. Secrets, lies, and alliances are about to be shattered. What happens next could turn everything you think you know about Holmes upside down.